couple of days in advance. We'll stock our vehicles, all of them.
Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim-Nakron. Okay, so our top story for today absolutely is this Arctic blast that we're experiencing across our region. And we want to get you ready for this. First thing I want to let you know is that there are a number of school closures. I'm going to pop this up on our website right now, atlantanewsfirst.com. And just encourage you to check this out to see if any of this affects you, because this is where we have our full list. But several school districts are either canceling or delaying classes because of this Arctic blast. That includes Atlanta Public Schools, Cobb County School District, Dekalb County Schools, Marietta City Schools, Coweta Schools. Meanwhile, Clayton County Public Schools, Union County Schools, and Decatur City Schools will have virtual classes today, again, due to this Arctic blast that we are experiencing. Atlanta Metropolitan State and West Georgia Technical Colleges will open campuses or have opened campuses around 10 o'clock this morning. So just, you know, they should be open right now. They just opened just a few moments ago, actually. But we're going to have a closer look at this forecast and this first alert that we have in place in just a few moments with meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi, and just take a closer look at the preparations. But I also want to get you to some of the other top stories that we are following as well, and that includes an officer-involved shooting. So we're learning more information about this officer-involved shooting in Gwinnett County, specifically in Snellville. My colleague Don Shipman has been following the latest on the investigation.
The new information I'm learning within the last few hours here is that Gwinnett police are telling us that they've responded to this apartment complex during the overnight hours and encountered a man with a handgun. Police ended up shooting that man with that handgun. Now, the man, who has not been identified, is in the hospital, and police say he is expected to survive. No officers injured in this. Now, during the overnight hours and early this morning, this is what we could see here. The area cordoned off. In the midst of all of this morning, I'm also seeing Gwinnett school buses picking up kids for school. We're just inside the views at Jack's Creek apartment complex. Much of the investigation centered around building number 2, just about a half-mile inside the complex. I can see police vehicles here, Gwinnett Police and Snellville PD, a crime scene unit as well. On the ground early this morning, I could see a number of evidence markers. I talked with one woman who didn't want to go on camera. She works the overnight shift. She just moved here a month ago and was just getting home from work. Not at all what she wanted to see. Now, what we don't know is what brought police to this complex in the first place. A news conference is underway at Gwinnett Police Headquarters. We will have details on that later today. For now, though, live here in Snellville, Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
And thank you to Don for that report. Also want to let you know that we are following another breaking story. 2 people recovering in the hospital after a shooting in Dekalb County as well. Just pointing you to the story on atlantanewsfirst.com if you want to read more about it. And you can see there's our Bridget Spencer delivering this report. So far, we do know that one of the victims is in critical condition. Let's go to Bridget Spencer with much more.
Well, the food mart just reopened about a couple hours ago, but the entire parking lot right here off of Flat Shoals was blocked off for several hours as police investigated. Now, here's what we do know. It all happened at about 1 o'clock this morning. We've got some new surveillance video showing what happened. In that video, you can see 2 men tussling in the doorway when another man points and shoots from behind. Now, police tell us 2 people were hurt and both taken to the hospital, one of them critical. Police believe this is an isolated shooting and there's no threat to the public. As of right now, there is no word on any arrests. In DeKalb County, Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.
And our thanks to Bridget for that report. Of course, we're going to keep following the latest. As Bridget said, still no arrests have been announced, so we're going to keep following the latest on that story. All right, let's turn our attention back to this Arctic blast that we have been following. Of course, weather, a major story. Really, I would say the top story for us right now, especially considering the numerous school cancellations and delays. I mentioned that to you just a short time ago. Again, if you're just joining us, encourage you to check out AtlantaNewsFirst.com so you can see this full list of all the delays and closures that could be impacting you. You can see Atlanta Public Schools, Bartow County Schools, Catoosa County, Chattahoochee Technical College, Charles R. Drew Charter School, Cherokee County Schools, a long list of schools that are closed today, Cobb County, Coweta, Dade, Dekalb, Douglas, Floyd, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Gordon County Schools, Harrelson, Kennesaw State University, Lumpkin County, Marietta City Schools, Mount Perrin Christian School, Murray County, Oak Mountain Academy, Pinecrest Academy, Reinhardt University, Rome City Schools, the Cottage School, the Kendesi Schools, Walker County Schools, Woodward Academy, all closed today. Numerous schools also moving to virtual learning for today, including Carroll County Schools, Clayton County Public Schools, Decatur City Schools, Fannin County, Forsyth County, Gilmer County, Paulding County, Pickens County, Polk County, Towns County Schools, Union City Schools, all moved to virtual learning. And here are just some of the delays. Atlanta Metropolitan State, West Georgia Tech, Agnes Scott, these opening at 10 o'clock, except for Agnes Scott opening a few minutes from now at 10:30. Let's go to a quick report by my colleague Rebecca Schramm about getting you ready for this Arctic blast. It's only going to get colder.
Schools here in Cobb County and some other nearby districts are closed today because of the potential of ice. But as you're seeing here in downtown Kennesaw, it's wet, but no ice on the roads, which is some good news. And as our meteorologists have been telling us, the breeze will continue to dry this up. It's the temperature drop after the rain dries up that most of us should be worried about. We spent some time with a master plumber. His name is Marvin Barfield, and he says last year when temperatures dropped down to the teens, he was working 15 to 18-hour shifts helping repair busted pipes across metro Atlanta. To keep that from happening to you, here's what he suggests. Leave your cabinet doors open in bathrooms and kitchens. That'll heat the space around your pipes. And consider letting all your faucets drip overnight, both hot and cold water together. Outside your home, he says, don't forget to disconnect your hose. That simple action, he says, can save you a big headache later.
That little bit of water inside of there can freeze and bust inside the wall.
And one more thing, don't forget about your plants. As you might remember from last year, some of them don't do very well when the temperature drops this low, so consider covering your plants. In Kennesaw this morning, Rebecca Schramm, Atlanta News First.
Very chilly out there. Let us look at this map right here with the temperatures. Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi getting us ready for this Arctic blast.
That's right. Yeah, I think what this map says is thank goodness we live in the southeast, because I don't know about y'all, but if my current temperature was -6 degrees, I'd be an unhappy camper. But yeah, that bitter cold air, that Arctic air mass starting to make its way into Georgia. And that is why we have the first alerts for the next couple of days, today and tomorrow, for the bitterly cold air that is making its way in and will settle in as we make our way into the middle point of the week. So notice as you look across the country, -2 in Denver, -6 in Des Moines, Iowa, where of course the Iowa caucus, that really made a huge impact on turnout. The weather makes a big difference in that kind of thing. So very cold there still this morning. St. Louis at 4, and even just to our north, a couple hundred miles, Nashville at 11 degrees, and now we are in the 20s. If you made your way out early this morning, you probably noticed it was a little warmer. When I stepped out around about 3 o'clock in the morning or so, temperatures were in the 40s where I live, and which is in Metro. And so now temperatures are dropping. We call days like this kind of backwards days, where instead of warming through the day, we're going to cool through the day. And boy, is it going to get very cold. I'm First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Let's talk about it to get you ready for what to expect over the next couple of days as, again, this Arctic air mass settles in here across North Georgia. Good news is, by the way, I want to note that the rain is out. We could could still have some slick spots, maybe some patchy ice on higher bridges and overpasses. Maybe if you have like an outdoor deck that's a little more elevated, that could have a light coating of ice on it. So just be very careful, especially if you are in far west Georgia or far north Georgia, places like Carroll County, Haralson County, Cherokee County, maybe even North Fulton County, parts of Cobb County. We've seen some reports of some icy spots up in northern Cobb County. So just keep in mind as you're driving along bridges and overpasses that we could have some slick spots, so take it easy. But our major interstates so far, we haven't had any reports of ice, and now the rain is out, so that's not going to be a concern any longer for us for the morning, or not a growing concern, rather. Here's a look at temperatures. This is, of course, just past 10 o'clock here, so if you are watching this a little later today, this won't apply to you, but just letting you know that cold air is moving in. In fact, it's 19 degrees in Carrollton right now, low 20s north of the city, still in the 30s south of the city, but that cold air is going to settle in over the next few hours. Wind chill, feeling like the single digits in some spots, and that will be a common feel as we make our way through the day today and into tomorrow. In fact, we have a wind chill advisory through tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. because of what I'm about to show you, the dangerously cold wind chill here across the southeast. So through 4 o'clock this afternoon, that is the warmest part of the day. It is going to feel like the teens and low 20s across North Georgia. This is weather where you need the hat, you need the gloves, you need the scarf, you need the thicker coat, everything, because that is what is going to keep you warm. In this kind of weather, of course, the threat for things like hypothermia and frostbite, that grows. So just be sure you're dressing accordingly so you can keep your body and your health safe as we go through these cold couple of days. As we make our way into the evening, it's going to feel like the single digits. If you have any late evening plans tonight, just know that's what it's going to feel like out there as the wind continues to gust. Tomorrow morning, as you're stepping out for work, you're stepping out for school, it's going to feel as low as 0 degrees in some spots, especially north of Atlanta. Most of us feeling like the single digits. It'll feel like 5 in Atlanta, 6 in Carrollton, 3 in LJ, where you see the pink colors, the brighter pinks. That's indication of 0 degree feels like temperatures. And then the wind will gradually die down through the day tomorrow. We're only going to top out in the low 30s, the low to mid 30s tomorrow. And that's what it's going to feel like tomorrow. So again, as the wind dies down, the wind chill will become less of a factor for us, but nonetheless, still a very cold day tomorrow with temperatures generally in the low 30s tomorrow afternoon. So as you heard Rebecca Schramm say, you want to winterize your home if you haven't already. I would definitely do that because it's only going to get colder through the day today. Make sure you're dripping your pipes or your faucets. Make sure you have the hot and cold water running and dripping a little bit. Unplug any of your faucets from the spigots. Make sure you're covering the spigots as well. All good tips to have, all good things to know, rather, to keep your home safe so you don't have to have any issues that could be very costly. We saw that a lot about a year ago back in, was it 2023, right after Christmas? 2022, right after Christmas, so going into 2023, the beginning of 2023. So yeah, about a year ago. As we head into Wednesday night, temperatures will dip again into the teens and 20s. So even Thursday morning, we are going to be very cold. You'll need the coat and everything heading back out to work and school even into Thursday. But we are not under any kind of first alert for Thursday because Thursday is actually going to be a pretty nice day. Now, as we head into the end of the week, we're going to have another Arctic air mass move in. So here's a look at your temperatures for the next 6 days. These are high temperatures. So tomorrow, mid to upper 30s. It's going to feel more like the low 30s for the afternoon with that wind at least still slightly in the forecast. Thursday, highs near 50. So Thursday is going to be the nicest day of the week, starting cold in the teens and 20s. But as we head into Thursday afternoon, we'll have a beautiful day compared to the rest of the week. Low 40s Friday. Now Friday, another front moves in. You'll notice the wind pick up. You'll notice some extra cloud cover in the form of rain. We're not expecting any, so no issue for ice or snow or anything like that on Friday. It doesn't look like. And then as we head into Saturday and Sunday, temperatures, those are high temperatures. Low 30s Saturday, 40 Sunday. And then here's your low temperatures. So we have the first alert for the bitter cold that moves back in over the weekend. You're going to wake up in the teens Saturday and Sunday. And again, even tomorrow morning in the teens, but feeling more like the single digits. So here's a look at your first alert 7-day forecast. A frigid day today. It's going to feel like the teens and 20s, even single digits through the rest of the day today. Waking up feeling like the single digits tomorrow morning. So you need to prepare for that. Not only your home, but your family. Make sure you have all the winter wear ready to go. Upper 30s Wednesday afternoon. We'll wake up in the 20s on Thursday morning. Teens in some of the suburbs. It'll be a beautiful day. We'll have temperatures in the upper 40s, and it'll actually feel like the upper 40s. And then Friday, breezy and chilly as another front moves in, partly to mostly cloudy. And as we head into the weekend, more first alerts for that second blast of very cold air that moves in. We're waking up in the teens, highs only in the 30s on Saturday, so just about as cold as we're going to experience tomorrow. Saturday is going to be even colder than that because highs are only in the low 30s and it will be breezy. So expect Saturday to probably be a day you're going to want to do things indoors rather than out. Stay nice and warm and cozy. On Sunday, highs near 40 after a very cold morning. And then next week, as you go back to work and school next Monday, looking ahead to next week, because we want to get rid of this week, it's so cold. 20s in the morning, highs in the 40s, and it does look like that kicks off a nice little warming trend for us as we head into next week. So that's good news. It doesn't look like this cold is here to stay for a prolonged period of time. As we head into next week, it looks like we'll actually start to warm up a little bit. But in the meantime, today, tomorrow, and over the weekend, make sure you're preparing your pipes, taking care of your plants. You should have already done that, but if you didn't, I would definitely do it today because you don't want to have a hassle when it comes to your home. It's, of course, very costly. Now, very cold, can't stress enough. Make sure you're layered up, make sure you're bundled up and taking care of all you need to do for your house to keep it nice and winterized and safe. All right, everybody, I hope you make it a wonderful day today. Stay warm, stay warm, stay warm, and we will continue to keep you posted on the forecast. Our First Alert Weather team is constantly updating it to get you ready for the very cold temperatures that winter is gracing us with over the next several days. Our First Alert Weather app is a great tool to have to keep you informed and ready for the weather that is on the way. All right, everyone, make it a wonderful day. Again, stay warm, stay safe, and we'll catch you here next time.